Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. So listen, you guys, recently we have been talking about Spuso Lawrence's story. Spuso Lawrence is the gentleman that actually took the life of his fiance, Unontobeko. Unontobeko was laid to rest today, you guys. And yeah, it's a sad situation because she did have a child. Now, there is another story that has taken place in KZN. Let me say this, you guys. These are not the only stories that are taking place in KZN or other provinces of South Africa. There are more stories like this. Not every story makes it to the media. We have to think about that. This situation is actually worse than we actually think because we only usually think about the stories that make it to the media, but it's not all of the stories that make it to the media. So on this story, you guys, Mondli is a young man. I believe that he's like 22 years old. Had a baby mama that was 21, who was Bongeka Makatini. They had a child, Uguhle. And he made a decision to take their lives. And by actually, how do I put it so that YouTube doesn't have an issue with it? They were hit in both their necks. Okay, so basically nje ubahlinze njengembuzi, you know, and then afterwards yena was lengis, which is always like if you're going to take somebody's life in such a horrible way, but then when you take your life, like you use a less painful way, I don't get it. Okay, so now they are saying, most reports are saying that the reason that he committed this act is because of the suspected cheating. Okay. His family says that, listen, he was under a lot of stress because 4 months prior he had lost his job. So, and that was a very stressful situation for him. Okay. The community or people that are saying they come from the same community in the comment section are saying, listen, this is not a boy that even ever had a job. Okay. He has never really worked. In fact, in recent months, he was displaying like having hot temper. Like it wasn't safe to be around him. But the job situation, the community is saying, allegedly, that is not the case. He never had a job. Now, you guys, I just don't understand why when men commit these crimes, we are looking for excuses for them. Being hurt in relationships is not new to men. You know, it's not new to human beings. You know, being treated unfairly, you know, people being mean to you and, you know, giving your all in a relationship and you don't get the returns. That thing is not new. It's almost like when it happens to men, it's like the most painful thing now because it's happening to women. That thing has been happening to women for centuries, you know. And I don't know why now we are trying to come up with excuses as to why men are committing these crimes. I don't understand it. I don't get it. You know, I don't get it why, you know, and with all of these cases, women are being blamed, you know, because even at their last hour, these men will not take accountability to say, listen, I'm a coward. I cannot take it. I cannot deal with something that is normal in life, which is a relationship that is ending. I would rather commit the most selfish act, which is take their lives and take my life and end it. Okay, because that's what it is. Instead, even in their last hour, they want to act like they are victims. Oh, I was being cheated on. I think that this baby is not mine. You know, I've done everything that I can for this woman, and this woman is. I just don't get it, you guys. You know, even our grandfathers would have families, okay? The grandmother will find out that the grandfather had another family with children that are the same age as her children, okay? He will be having a whole other family without the wife knowing. So being treated unfairly, the unfaithfulness in relationships has always existed. It's not new now that it might be happening to men. So it is not an excuse to kill nobody. Otherwise, we would have very few people here on earth alive than if we did that with everybody that treats other people unfairly. We are taking their lives. I don't get it. Anyway, you guys, listen, may Nontobek Makatini and Okushes soul rest in peace. And you guys, I hope that there will be a point in South Africa where we see less and less of these stories, because it's very, very scary to read about them. Anyway, you guys, tell me what you think about this story in the comment section. Like the video before Pumegona, share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers in Tanda. Cool.
He was having an affair with my nanny for years and years. And when I found out, she was wearing my lingerie and serving him a meal. But I did not kill him. He took my car and left the car that I had bought for him and took the one that I was driving that I had bought for myself, and got into an accident that wrote off the car. And insurance told me that there was another passenger in the car, a woman he had been in a relationship with for 3 years. Her child called him father. I didn't kill him. He said he wanted to start a business. So I seeded financing to finance that business, and I marketed that business. I put people that I would film on screen, like hosts and so on, in the merchandise so that it could be seen, so that it could make more sales. But he went and dated the head designer of the business I helped him establish, and was on his way to paying lobola using my money. My money. But I did not kill him. He left me on a Friday in bed and said he was going home, and that weekend I found that he was getting married. Came back on Wednesday and tried to gaslight me, saying that it was all a lie, even though there were pictures all over the lady's social media, because he had actually married her. But I did not kill him. He woke me up on my birthday after we had been in a 3-year relationship and told me that he and his ex-wife were expecting a baby, 5 months. On my birthday, told me that she was 5 months pregnant after we had been together for 3 years. But I did not kill him. He went and proposed to another woman while I was in a relationship with him. But I did not kill him. So I find it interesting when I read all the comments from all these different gentlemen about how much pain they go through in silence. And it drives them to a point where they beat up and murder their partners, as if pain works differently between men and women. And then the women who defend those men as if they are not in danger of that shit happening to them. For a long time, I've been asked why I remain single. And one of the reasons is that in South Africa, our land, men are afraid of being embarrassed. Men are afraid of emotional pain. But we are afraid of being killed. As a woman, I'm afraid of being killed because I refuse to give my phone number. As a woman, I'm afraid to being killed. I'm afraid of being killed because I didn't pull over and pay attention to a guy because he flickered for me at the robots, asking me to pull over because he wants to talk to me. As a woman, I'm afraid of being killed because a guy sent me an inbox and I was just not interested. As a woman, I'm afraid of being killed just because I sat in my house and breathed. I don't have to do anything. Because in this country, I could be killed because I had tattoos. I could be killed because I have piercings. I could be killed because, as some gentleman in my inbox said, I speak too much English. I got an inbox from a guy who said I annoyed him because I speak too much English. And all I did was exist.